female, and welcome back to my channel. So listen, I am recovering my kitchen chairs, and I'm doing it with $2 uh, tablecloth that I got from Walmart. They were marked down on clearance, and so I got it from Walmart, and see how they look. They look great. And here's a chair that's already done. And so I'm just taking it and cutting them in squares. And then I am stapling them to the chair. And I had already had my chair reupholstered that I did before. And I'm not taking that off. I'm just leaving it on. And I'm just covering them just like that. And so you just take it and you do one side, then do the opposite side, and you pull it really tightly. Because the first chair I did like corner to corner, and so it really kind of got messed up. So you pull tight like that, and then you take your staple gun and you staple it, okay? And then when you get finished, you can cut the excess off. You don't have to keep the excess on there, okay? And one thing that's hard for me is the corners, because if you're a good gift wrapper, you can do this, okay? Me, I'm not a good gift wrapper. That's why I always leave my stuff in plastic bags. Plastic bags or a gift bag, because I do not wrap gifts good at all, okay? So the corners are tough for me, and you see this one is sliding off because my son hasn't come and put the chair back together for me. And so these things are really heavy duty, so be careful with your fingers, okay? So, you know, on the corners, you can cut some of this off to make it a little easier, and it cuts really good, okay? And so when I get to the corners, I try to do it like it's a gift and have the least amount of try to get the corners as smooth as I can. I always get tongue-tied when I do these videos. I don't know why, but I do. But you know what? That's okay, because everybody's not perfect. Alright, so I got that pretty tight, and so I'm going to just move my finger, okay? And so there's the corner, and you see how it's not totally perfect, because like I said, I am not a really good, I don't wrap gifts good, so that's about as good as it's going to get for me. But still, once it gets down on the chair, it will be better, and you won't be able to see all the different, things that are wrong, because you're going to make mistakes on it, and that's fine, and farmhouse, to me, is about imperfections anyway, and it's just taking what you got and making it nice, okay? That's what farmhouse means to me. That's why I really fell in love with it, and I have changed my kitchen into farmhouse. So, because it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be different and nice and neat, you know, and clean. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. All right. So there you go. And then you can like smooth it out, you know, with your hand. Okay. And then you can cut the excess off because you don't need it. You know, just to make it easier for when you put the chair back together. And it helps if you have, because last year when we redid the chairs, me and my son, who's holding the camera for me, we didn't have, well, my son was still in school at the time, and so we didn't have a drill. But now he's out of school. He went to diesel mechanic school, and now he has all these tools and stuff. So he has a drill that can easily take these screws out. So it was kind of difficult getting the screws in and out, and it was a lot of elbow grease and everything. So you see on the bottom, you know, you have a lot of imperfections. And like I said, that's fine because you're not going to see that, because who's going to lift your chair up and be looking all up under, you know, all in your business? Nobody. Okay? And if they do, they need to go home. All right? All right, so I'm just going to, well, it's better if I lean over here on this table, part of the table. And you just, you know, pull it up against yourself. And so I got too much going on to work with, so I'm going to cut some of this off. And I have 6 chairs, and I am using, so far, just 1 tablecloth. And this is chair number 4, and so I have 2 more to do, and I think I'm going to have just enough to finish those 2. So 1 tablecloth for $2, I'm covering all of my chairs. And it's just, now this is what I was going to use, and it's the vinyl tablecloth, mainstream. This one was, I think, maybe $4 because it wasn't on sale. It was regular price. And you want to get the vinyl tablecloth, okay? And this is good if you have kids also, because you can just, if they make a mess, you can wipe these down, no problem, all right? This is the kind that I was going to use before with the daisies, because I have daisies in my kitchen. But then, since it's the holidays coming, I figured this would match better than the daisies. I'll probably wait and use the daisies in the springtime. And so, yeah. Let's see, I have another one so you guys can see, but I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, let's see. Here is where this one came out the package, okay? There you can see. And these were marked down to $2, okay? And it's 60 inches by 84 inches. And so someone who's a perfectionist can measure out, you know, perfectly how they want it to be. But I'm not a perfectionist. I just want these on here, and I just want to get it over with, okay? So, so I'm just doing it, and they're coming out nicely because I like it, you know, so as long as I like it. Okay, so here's a corner, and so I have a lot of excess, so I'm going to cut some of this off so it's less to work with, you know. And even on, like I said, on wrapping stuff, the corners is the hardest thing for me, you know. And so you just fool around with it and you pull, and then you tuck it as much as you can, and then use staple. Okay, and one more. And like I said, it'll have, you know, where it's not totally smooth, and that's fine. These things are really tough. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you falling asleep. My poor son, he's worked the graveyard shift, and he's up doing this with me before he goes to sleep. And so I'm going to cut just some of this off. Okay. And so again, this is the other corner. So I'm just going to pull, and tuck. Okay. And like I said, if you have a little, you know, creases and stuff, that's fine, because unless you're a perfectionist, which I am not. I used to be, but I got over that because I was stressing myself out, trying to get everything perfect all the time. So I don't worry about things not being perfect anymore. But that's another video of talking about therapy and, you know, getting your life right and de-stressing your life. Ah, that one was tough. Do this. Okay. Alright, so I can cut some of this off because I don't need all of it. Okay. And then, voila. There you go. Okay, and it's really nice and it's smooth and everything, and it looks professionally done. Okay, and only if you're looking, you know, all close up like that, you'll be able to tell where it has some imperfections at. Okay, but I thought this pattern was really farmhouse, and I really like it, and I think it'll go once I change the decor in here from everyday farmhouse and add the Christmas stuff in here. I think it'll go really good in the kitchen. So I'm going to take the camera and let you see my son drilling one of the seats back together. Okay? So let's do that.